Go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Queens Football Sports, and today we're going to have a very exciting video. You guys loved my MLB season preview video, and you loved the NFL season preview video, so it's time for hockey. A lot of you don't like hockey. I do. A lot of you do like hockey. I got a lot of hockey fans that replied to my community post. Quite a few hockey fans, but I know there are some people that I don't care about hockey, and that's fine. But we here at Queens Football Sports, we do care about hockey, and I brought in two people that know more about hockey than I do. Murray, you know Murray from all the videos, and Blackhawks Vision. He actually has a channel. You should definitely go subscribe to him. Link will be in the description. Murray does not have a channel, although he should. You definitely should. So you guys want to introduce yourselves?
What up, guys? I'm Blackhawks Vision. I also do streams very similar to Quincy, and I plan on, for the NHL, well, I'll get to my NHL streaming information at the end of the video. But yes, I will definitely be doing some hockey streams.
Okay, Murray, they know you already. They know
I'm
you.
Murray.
They know you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have these new aligned divisions. We're going to go over sort of the season structure. We're going to pick our four teams from each division make the playoffs, right? 4 teams from each division make the playoffs. And then they play each other in the playoffs, so you're eventually going to have a winner of each division after the playoffs. So what we're going to do is we're going to name our 4 playoff teams from each division, who we think is going to end up winning said division, and then our final 4, Stanley Cup and Stanley Cup champion. But first, we're going to do a quick preview of each team. 56-game season. Let's get into it. We're going to start with so the realigned divisions. We have the North, which is all Canada teams, and these teams hate each other just by looking at each other. There are a lot of big rivalries in this division. Calgary, Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Toronto, basically everyone in Toronto, since everyone hates my Leafs. They all hate the Leafs.
Yeah, that's true.
Choke, Leafs, choke.
Okay, so let's start with a quick preview for each team. I'll start. The Calgary Flames. So they made it to the bubble last year. They played the Winnipeg Jets in the first round, and they beat the Winnipeg Jets. And they ended up against the Dallas Stars, and they were down 3-2 from the Dallas Stars, but they had a 3-0 lead in Game 6, and they ended up collapsing and gave up 7 unanswered goals, a very sour end to what was a pretty good season for Calgary. They have Gaudreau. He's obviously a stud. I think they're going to be a pretty good team this year, and I have them as my first playoff representative from this division. Blackhawk, what do you think of the Flames?
Now, the Flames are definitely a very solid team in my mind. I've watched them before. They play some good hockey. Obviously, Gaudreau is a stud, but you totally forgot about Matthew Tkachuk, another great player. Matthew Tkachuk is another great player for the Flames. I'm thinking the Flames, they're going to be my first playoff representative out of the North. I'm thinking they're going to be number 2. No, number 1. Let's go with number 1.
Dang. Okay, Murray, what do you got from the Flames?
I like Calgary. I think they're a solid team. You got Mark Giordano also, man in the D lines, along with Tkachuk and Gaudreau. Can't forget Monahan either. Like this team is still young, and I do have them at my playoff. I will put them at a 2.
All right, who's their goalie? Talbot?
David Riddick.
Yes, okay. David Riddick.
All right, so we all have Calgary in the playoffs, the first of the 2 Alberta teams. We can go with the second Alberta team right now, Edmonton. Edmonton, obviously, they've got McDavid, Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They've got a lot of great players on that team. But they actually ended up getting bounced in the qualifying round of the bubble by the Chicago Blackhawks. That was one of the most surprising upsets of all of 2020, honestly. I didn't think the Blackhawks stood a chance. Against Edmonton in their home arena, they ended up knocking them off. I mean, they've got 200-point scores. Their offense is absolutely electric. I think they're going to easily cruise into the playoffs. I think they will be your number 1 seed in the playoffs. Blackhawk, you're up.
Okay. I like Edmonton. I watched them play against the Blackhawks in the qualifying round. They got bounced, and then I was so happy when they got bounced. Anyways, as I was saying, obviously, their 2 best players, obviously, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, 2 studs. And I believe Edmonton is going to be my next representative out of the Canadian division. And yes, I can call it that. I'm going to go number 2 for Edmonton.
All right, Murray.
All right. I like the Oilers. I think they're a solid team. Of course, you got McDavid. You got Draisaitl. You got the Nuge. Can't forget Nugent Hopkins either.
The Nuge.
But
So
my
they have
biggest
Clef.
thing with
They've
them is
got like
goaltending.
Clefbaum on defense. He's pretty good too.
Yeah, my biggest thing with them is goaltending. But I think it will be solid enough to get them into the playoffs. I think I have them at a 3.
Got them as a 3. Okay, interesting. So we
Actually,
all have
no,
them
put them
making the
at 1.
playoffs. This next team, it's going to be iffy on they can make the playoffs. They showed up. People were saying they were the worst team in the bubble. They didn't look like it. The Montreal Canadiens, they showed up in the bubble in their first round matchup against the, they played the Penguins, and they ended up bouncing Sidney Crosby and company. They have a lot of young players on that team. They've got Nick Suzuki, who's obviously a great young stud. I'm not sure if they're going to really be able to put it all together this year. I mean, they've still got some questions and some holes on the team. A lot of Habs fans were actually mad that they beat Pittsburgh because they couldn't get Lafreniere. But I think they're going to be a really good team. I actually have them as my 5th team in the division, and I do not have them making the playoffs. Blackhawk, what do you think about the Habs?
Okay, like you said, Montreal, I think they are a dark horse in this North. I think they're a dark horse in the North Division for sure. Now, do I have them making the playoffs? No. I have them as number 5 as well. I have them just barely missing cliffs.
All right, Murray.
Montreal, I'm still not 100% sold on them. Are they a good team? No. I mean, they have, what's his name? Kotkaniemi. He's pretty good. I feel like he could lead. He is pretty much the future of the Canadiens team, but do I see them making the playoffs? No.
All right, next team. I want to go quickly here. Well, Murray's going to be interested in this one. The second best Ontario team, the Ottawa Senators. I don't see them making the playoffs. I don't think they're that great. I just don't. I think the rest of the teams in their division are better. So I'm going to have Ottawa missing out on the playoffs. Blackhawk.
Senators suck. Last place for Ottawa.
Last place for. All right, Murray. Murray.
Perfect. Okay, well, time to be the lone wolf here. I've seen the offseason that Ottawa has had, making tons and tons of signings, and it's a lot of veteran signings, which is what a team like how young Ottawa is. And I think it gets into the playoffs. They're my 4 seed.
Wait, hold up. The playoffs.
Knew that was coming.
Are you kidding me? Murray?
Nope. I told you.
I said the same thing. I don't get it. All right, next team up. He's tired, crack pipe.
You are not a hockey fan.
Oh, he says he's not a hockey fan.
I'm so scared.
Okay, next we have my favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, they have a lot of great forward talent. They have Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, John Tavares, William Nylander, Zach Hyman. Should be Nick Robertson, but they decided not to put him on the opening lineup, their top prospect. Their defense stinks. Their defense was absolutely terrible. They had human pylon Cody Ceci last year. Oh my goodness, thank God he's off the team. But the Leafs, they just have so much forward talent to where I don't think that they're going to end up missing the playoffs. I think they will get in. You got to show me something in the playoffs, Toronto. I am tired of getting let down in the playoffs year after year after year. They went out and laid the biggest. You guys have to answer me this. If I tell you a team blew a 3-goal deficit and lost, and the very next day rallied from a 3-goal deficit and won, you know it's the Leafs before I even tell you the team. You know it's the Leafs. If I tell you that a team lost to a Zamboni driver, you know it's the Leafs before I even tell you. They have a $30 million line. Marner, Matthews, they don't run Marner, Matthews, Tavares all at once very often, but when they want to, they have a $30 million line. I'm going to need to see a little bit more, but I think they get in the playoffs as, let's say, the 2 seed. Murray, what do you got?
No, I'm not that far.
Blackhawk, you're up.
Yeah. Okay. Toronto definitely has some amazing talent up front. Again, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, the list goes on and on and on. I love their forward talent. But just like the Blackhawks, who we'll get to soon, defense is 100% their weak spot. And I just don't. If they had good defense, I'd probably give them the 2 or 3. But just because of that, I got to go with number 4. Hit him with the 4 for Toronto.
Hit him with the 4 like Austin Matthews.
Hit him with the 4.
Murray's cringing so badly. Okay.
I'm gonna
Also,
make your day,
one
Quincy.
thing. I forgot about Freddie Anderson. He is a Vezina type goalie when he wants to be, and then at some points it's like it'd be nice to get an occasional save. Absolutely. It's more of the good than the bad with Anderson, but people are thinking about moving on from him. I love him. I don't really want him to move on, but Murray, what do you think about the Leafs?
Freddie Anderson's a stud.
I'm about to make your day, Quincy. I hate the Leafs as much as the next guy. But boy, is this team good. They've got talent left and right, back and forth, ups and down, everything. And with the new realigned divisions and them having a lesser competition based in their division, I feel like the Leafs. Well, they have 2 other teams to compete with, really? 3, 4. Vancouver's slowly on the rise. Anyway, I have Toronto as my 1 seed.
Really? Okay. I have him as a 2 seed. I think Edmonton's better than them.
All right.
Okay, so Murray's playoffs are set. He has Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Toronto. Blackhawk and I have one more team to add. And this is going to be the last team that I add from the North Division to my playoff. It's a team that I like a lot. I like this team. I like their potential. There's rioting after there's rioting after a police shooting. There's rioting because your president lost an election. And then there's rioting because you lost a hockey game. I'm talking about the Vancouver Canucks. I like what they have going. They have a lot of young talent. They remind me of the Leafs in 2016, when Matthews, Marner, Nylander, where they were all rookies. Pedersen is a monster. Horvat is a monster. Besser's a monster. Thatcher Demko, he was phenomenal in the bubble. I think against Vegas, he saved 90 of 91 shots. He's absolutely phenomenal. I think Vancouver is going to easily get into the playoffs.
Okay. Vancouver. My top player for Vancouver, either Elias Pettersson or freaking Thatcher. Thatcher Demko. I could never say it right. Anyways, Vancouver, definitely a young team. They have a lot of talent. And I think Vancouver is going to have a championship soon. It won't be this year. We'll get to that later.
Let's cool it on the championship. They are the Canucks.
Yeah, but
they'll probably riot.
They'll riot if they win or lose.
Probably.
I'm going to go with Vancouver as my number 3 seed.
Okay, and Murray, you are last up, and you do not have the Canucks in your playoff. Why is that?
The only reason Vancouver made it to the bubble because it was an expanded playoff.
Now, the 5 seed.
Yeah,
they're a good team. I know. Are they a playoff team, making a full run and everything? Not quite yet. I have them just missing it. They're outside of the 4. They're a 5.
All right. And lastly, we have Winnipeg. Now, I'm going to say one thing about Winnipeg. What is it now? This team would have missed the playoffs if it wasn't for the bubble, and they lost in the first round to Calgary. But what's a team that misses the playoffs and gets superhuman goaltending? A bad team. Winnipeg's not very good. They have Hellebuck, and that's pretty much it. I know Laine's really good. He's not better than Matthews.
Oh, my God.
But I'm going to have Winnipeg on the outside looking in.
All right, Winnipeg. They have Connor Hellebuck. That's their only bright spot. 2018 was their time to do it all, and they got bounced by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, I know, Murray. I know you really like the Jets a lot.
I love the Jets.
So, anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put Winnipeg on the outside looking in at number 5. I'm gonna drop Montreal to 6. So
Okay.
I have my set.
So my 1 through 7 is number 1 Edmonton, 2 Toronto, 3 Calgary, 4 Vancouver, 5 Montreal, 6 Winnipeg, 7 Ottawa. Now we're gonna move over to the West, and for these not so good teams, we should probably go through them a little bit faster. Anaheim, I don't have them making the playoffs. They're just not a very good team. Does anyone object to that?
No.
Okay.
Next we have Arizona. I also don't have actually.
I do.
You do have okay, so you do have Arizona making the playoffs. Why is that?
4. Okay, I like what Arizona's doing here. They have a solid young coach, somewhat young. They're building a solid roster. They have Phil the Thrill. Can't diss that man always. They just signed Derek Brassard this offseason. They've had Christian Fisher, Christian Dvorak, Clayton Keller, all of these young players. And they got one of the best defensemen in the league, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Now, I feel like this team could do something, so I'm at my 4 seed.
I'm gonna actually second that. I also have them as my 4 seed. My guy Phil Kessel, former Leaf, love him, love Phil Kessel.
Arizona is a dark horse.
I think they will make. Did you also have them making the playoffs?
I do. Arizona's a dark horse. I have them sneaking in at number 4.
Okay. Next, a team that we're all gonna have in the playoffs, I assume, Colorado.
Yep.
They're full of studs. Rantanen, Landeskog, McKinnon. They're loaded. They're absolutely loaded. Made it to the West. What were they? The Western Conference Finals last year, and they lost to the Stars.
Yep.
Or the semifinals. They made it pretty far in the bubble.
No. It was second round.
We know McKinnon's a stud. We know that they're a really loaded team, and they should have no problems making the playoffs. I'm gonna have them as my 1 seed.
Okay. I'm going to have Colorado as my number 2 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm there too.
All right, next we have the Kings. They suck.
No.
They're not very good.
No.
Next is the Minnesota Wild, and I thought about putting the Wild in the playoff because I wasn't really sold on Arizona that much. And I thought maybe the Wild could squeak in as that 4 seed because we know who the top 3 seeds are going to be. Let's just be honest.
They're my outside looking in.
I'm gonna have Minnesota on the outside.
I'm gonna have Minnesota at number 5, outside looking in for the Wild.
Okay, San Jose.
No,
they're not good.
Talk about falling off the face of the earth.
Like I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, what happened to the Sharks? They've been
because everybody goes to the Leafs.
Joe Thornton's now a Leaf, so that's
everybody
fun.
Goes to the Leafs.
Yeah. San Jose's time. Their glory days are 100% over. I obviously am going to have them on the outside looking in, but they're not going to be the worst team in the West. I have them second last.
All right. And next we have the last 2 teams that should make it into the playoffs. First one of those, that is St. Louis. They should be able to get back to the playoffs. They were upset by the Canucks last year. That's part of why I really think the Canucks are a really good team. But St. Louis, Cup winners 2 years ago, they're still really good. They've got a lot of really good players. They did lose Alex Pietrangelo to Vegas, which we will talk about upcoming, but they should have.
They did lose Pietrangelo. I do still think St. Louis is a playoff team. I'm going to go ahead and place them at number 3. And I think you know what this means for my last playoff team.
Okay, Murray, what do you think of the Blues?
I have St. Louis at 2.
Okay. And lastly, we have one of Murray's least favorite team. He hates this team.
Ugh.
And my second favorite team.
They're probably the most successful. The people are calling them an expansion team. It's going to be their 4th year, and there's about to be another expansion team the following year, the Kraken.
Next year.
So they're still really good. They're obviously loaded. They've got a lot of really good players, and they added Alex Pietrangelo. Dangerous team.
Vegas, they're my second favorite team, behind the Blackhawks, of course.
Gosh.
Everyone loves
Murray.
Murray, fun fact about Murray, he stopped being a Raiders fan when they moved.
Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, I have the Vegas Golden Knights at number 1. I just don't see anybody other than really Colorado really being able to keep up with Vegas. I have them at number 1.
All right, next division. This is where things should get a little bit interesting. The Central Division, which ironically has 2 teams from Florida, which doesn't really make much sense. But the first team is a team I like a lot. I like a lot. And I think they're going to be the number 1 seed. And this is going to make Murray's day. I have the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yay!
I love that. They're probably my second favorite team. They're so likable. They've got Aho, who's not as good as Matthews, but he's still really good. I like Aho, lacrosse extraordinaire, Svechnikov. He's really good. They've got a lot of studs on their team. Nino Niederreiter. They are just full of young talent. This is going to be the year they take a huge step forward, and they're going to win the division. My only question is goaltending.
I knew you would.
Their goaltending is not great.
It's better than some.
I mean, the best winning percentage any goalie had last year was a Zamboni driver, but
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Blackhawk, what do you think of the Hurricanes?
The Hurricanes are one of the most exciting teams right now. They have so much young talent. I love the Hurricanes. I love what they're doing. I love their roster. Now, I might upset Murray a little bit. I have them at number 2.
Not mad about it.
All right, Murray,
Carolina
where do you
is
have
definitely
where do you
gonna
have
be
Carolina?
These are my boys. I've run it since I was born. So I love our team. Every year it gets better and better and better. We had a couple players this year, including Jesper Fast, Brady Shea, and all these guys from the Rangers too. Really robbed them. I think Brad Brind'Amour is a great coach too, and I love my team every day. So I'm having my team as a 1 seed.
Okay. Next, we have Blackhawks team. Can you guess it, kids at home? The Chicago Blackhawks. I'm going to have them missing the playoffs. I do not think that they are going to get in. I just think there are a lot of teams in this division that are better. And I don't know, Doc's great, and they might be a good team in a little bit, but
Kirby Doc is bad. All right. Now, I'm not upset at all with that. Kirby Doc is on the rise, but we do not have Taves. He's out indefinitely.
Oh, well, then they're definitely not making the playoffs.
Yeah, I have the Blackhawks at number 6. They'll be on the outside looking in. I'll be cheering on my boys this season. Go Hawks!
Okay, Murray.
I mean, living in the Chicagoland area, you hear the Blackhawks slander every day.
That's true.
So
I like making fun of the
I mean, this team's slowly rising. They just re-signed their coach to an extension today.
This is good. I'm not happy about it.
Have them as a 7.
7. Okay.
Second,
all right, next is a team
bad.
that I feel like we're going to disagree about because they're an interesting team. They could make the playoffs or they could just totally flop. The team that knocked out the Leafs, and I'm starting to dislike this team quite a bit. Columbus Blue Jackets. That was the most annoying team to play against. Because they play just this boring style where they like score 1 goal and they just keep away the entire game. They have a recipe for success, though, and it's been working. They've got Jonas Korpisalo. Man, that guy's a wall. It is hard to get any pucks past him. He is a great goaltender. They have Pierre-Luc Dubois, who had a hat trick against the Leafs. They've got some really good players on their team. They don't have that much like star power, but they get the job done. I'm gonna have them squeaking in as the 4 seed.
I am in agreement. I'm gonna have Columbus sneaking in at number 4. I think Columbus can be very inconsistent, but I feel like they're on the rise. They're consistently making the playoffs, so I'm gonna have Columbus sneaking in at number 4, and they'll play a team to be named later.
Okay, Murray.
Okay, these are another one of my least favorite teams. I mean, it's hard with Columbus. They just re-signed all of Yorkshire into extension. They have people like Dubinsky, Foligno still their captain.
Yep,
but I have them
Seth Jones.
looking in.
Seth Jones is really good.
Yeah, I have them as a 5, just outside looking in.
Okay, so Murray not having Columbus in the playoffs. Next, a team I think we're all going to agree on, the Dallas Stars. They're very good. You obviously know Sagan, you know Ben, you know all their really good players. I want to shout out a guy that was possibly the breakout player of the playoffs last year, Denis Gurianov. He played very well down the stretch in the playoffs. I think he's going to take a bigger step with their team this year. I think we should all have them in the playoffs. Any disagreements?
Nope. I have Dallas at number 3. Dallas, I think, is a great team. They'll definitely go places this year.
All right.
I'm saying second round at absolute least for Dallas.
All right. Next, we have a team that I love to make fun of just because, well, they're horrible. The Detroit Red Wings. Yes, they were so the tank for Lafreniere, and you didn't even get him. You got 4th in the draft lottery.
That's luck, though.
Just very unfortunate for Detroit. I'm going to have them not making the playoffs.
Yeah, Detroit sucks. Wait, hold up. The Red Wings? Do you mean the Detroit Dead Wings? Yeah, last
comedic
place.
Genius. Murray.
This team's not very good. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. They're literally hockey.
Okay. Next, we have another not so great. This team's okay.
They're slowly building.
They're not horrible, but this next team, Florida Panthers. I don't know. I don't know about them. I feel like they're just too inconsistent. The Leafs and the Panthers throughout the regular season were begging to have the other team get the last playoff spot. They were begging to have the other team get the last playoff spot. I don't even have them on the outside looking in.
Same here. Florida is just way too inconsistent. What is it? Other than the bubble, 1 playoff appearance in this decade. I don't know if that's actually true, but
Don't they have a cup appearance? Didn't they make it to the cup one year?
Yeah, they lost to Colorado in '96.
I'm talking this decade.
Oh no.
Okay, Murray.
So hold on, I'm not done yet. They got bounced by New York. I have Florida at number 7.
Okay, Murray.
I mean, this Florida team is slowly building there. They still have players like Ekblad. I think they lost Dadonov to Ottawa. I think that's where he went. I can't remember off the top of my head. But either way, this team is slowly building up, but I had them just behind Columbus at 6.
All right. So next, I'm going to go with the team that we should all have making the playoffs. Your reigning Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They obviously, just won the Stanley Cup with all their studs, Kucherov and company. They're just a great team, and they should have no problems getting back to the playoffs. You know what you're getting with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're full of studs. Does anyone disagree about the reigning Cup winners not getting into the playoffs?
Nope, I have them at 3.
You have them at 3. All right, so now Murray only has 1 spot left, and it has to go to this team, the Nashville Predators. What do you like about that?
Team.
Oh, I hate the Predators.
The Predators have the most passionate fan base of the southern states.
Oh, totally.
Of Carolina, Tampa Bay, Dallas.
Well,
We're
maybe
getting there.
You could put Tampa Bay up there.
Okay, from what I've heard, Murray, no one cares about the Hurricanes in North Carolina.
Dang, you can get burned.
That's what people have told me.
You just got hurricaned.
All right, but Nashville, they're a good team. They've got some good players. I just don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
I have Nashville. Now, Nashville is a wild card. They could either make the playoffs or totally flop. They could be a dark horse, but I'm going to say Nashville barely misses the playoffs.
It was between Nashville and Columbus for me, and I went with Columbus.
I went with Columbus over Nashville. I was really on the fence between Columbus and Nashville. I went with Columbus. Nashville will be on the outside looking in.
All right,
All right, I have Nashville as my 4.
Okay.
And why is that?
I'm just loving their forwards with Forsberg, Arvidsson, Duchesne. All of these guys are just going to lead this team to a 4, and I feel like they can possibly make some noise in the playoffs.
Okay, our last division, which has, I would say 6, maybe 7 legitimate playoff teams, and the Buffalo
This
Sabres.
one's hard.
And the Buffalo Sabres.
Hey,
and the New Jersey Nets.
This division is just, they're stacked. Now, the first team is Boston. God, I hate this team so much.
Ooh.
I hate the Bruins. Oh my God.
I hate the Bruins so much, but they'll get into the playoffs. Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak, that line's unstoppable. Rask, still very good.
Now, here's why. Now, I would have them at number 1, but here's why I don't. They just lost Zdeno Chara to the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, but Chara, what is Chara, 40 years old?
We'll get to him later.
I get he's like their leader and everything, but like he's not really producing on the ice much anymore.
He's not. I have Boston dropping to 3. We'll get to why later.
Okay.
Might be my most controversial pick so far. Go ahead.
Murray.
I'll be nice. Even though I can't stand Boston, I'll put them at a 2. It's the usual offense, just minus Chara, honestly.
Okay.
I'll give
Next,
it 2.
this team stinks and they're not making the playoffs. The Buffalo Sabres. Does anyone object?
I almost did, but I'm not.
I'm from New York, so I
right.
always want the Sabres to do stuff.
Okay,
I almost objected. I'm not going to do it.
No.
Do you know what's not going to happen this season? The Buffalo Sabres make it the playoffs, number 7 outside looking in. They suck.
Jeez.
7. I have them at 8.
Whoa, okay. You'll see who I have at number 8 later.
Okay.
I
Next
have it
is
6.
the team. Okay, next is the team I have right above Buffalo at 7, New Jersey.
There it is.
I don't.
They're dead last for me.
I have them a little bit ahead of Buffalo. I don't think they're very good. They have up past his prime PK Subban and Jack Hughes.
Stop own goaling.
That's basically it. They did get Andreas Janssen from the Leafs though, because the Leafs have way too much forward talent to pay.
That's why I have you at number 8. Is you keep own goaling. They even had no goal against the Leafs.
They did get Andreas Janssen though.
Damon Severson. Yeah, Damon Severson scored on his own net against the Leafs.
They're bad. All right, next is a team I feel like we might differ on. I do not like this team at all. Not one bit. I don't like this team, but they're good, and I have them making the playoffs. That's the New York Islanders, and the reason they're annoying is because we took their captain, and yet they still won a series and we didn't. And the only game their fans showed up was to boo their old captain instead of cheering on the one that's actually playing well. Matt Barzell has replaced Tavares pretty much like it was just a smoothest transition. Barzell is a stud, and they find a way to get it done. They always find a way to get it done. They took down, I forget who they took down in the first round of the playoffs last year. I think they took down the Panthers, and then they beat Philly in the next round, and then they play after that?
They got bounced by Tampa Bay.
They played Tampa Bay really well, and they find a way to get it done. I really like New York Islanders. I have them as my, I think I'm going to have them as my 3. I like them a lot.
All right. Islanders are very exciting for me. Every time I watch the Islanders, I have fun, which is never, I'm just kidding. I hope to watch the Islanders this season. I'm going to place them sneaking in at number 4. Go Isles.
Okay. Murray.
I don't really know much about the Islanders anymore. They change, it seems like, every day. So, if that being said, I'm going to have them in the outside looking at 5.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next is a very intriguing team, obviously, with the number 1 overall pick that they lucked their way into. The New York Rangers with Alexei Lafreniere. Who's their other like really young draft pick that they drafted like the year before? Kakko.
Yeah, Kakko.
They've got Zibanejad. They have some really good players. They're a bit of a work in progress, though. I'm gonna have them on the outside looking in at 6.
I am excited for the New York Rangers. They're back. Well, kind of. They're kind of back. But within the next 2-3 years, the New York Rangers will be back. But I have them on the outside looking in this year, number 6 for New York.
Okay, Murray.
Yeah, I'll second that. I'll have them just on the outside looking in as well.
Okay. All right, next, one of my least favorite fan bases in the NHL, but a very good team that I think will make the playoffs, the Philadelphia Flyers. They have some good players. They obviously won the little like seeding tournament in the bubble. They had the number 1 seed in the bubble. They've got what's his name? They've got Giroux, Voracek, Ivan Provorov, Couturier,
Sean Couturier. Do they still have Gostisbehere?
Carter Hart. Yep. I think they still have Ghosty Bear. I think they do. Flyers fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got a lot of really good players. They should get back to the playoffs.
Absolutely. The Flyers, even though, out of the 2 Pennsylvania teams, I don't like the Penguins. And I don't know why, but I like the Flyers for some reason. I don't really like either, to be completely honest with you. I just do for some reason. Now, if I'm giving anything to the Flyers, it's a playoff spot. Number
Right.
2, Carter Hart is a stud.
Murray.
I have a lot of hope for the Flyers.
You have a lot of
much
what?
hope that they're my 1 seed.
I believe you said hope.
Okay, I like them a lot. I don't know about 1 seed, but
They're my 1 seed.
I have them as 2.
they might. I don't know about my seeding. I'll do my seeding at the end. Next is okay. We got Pittsburgh. Now with Pittsburgh, you've got Crosby, you've got Malkin, you've got newly acquired from the Leafs, Kasperi Kapanen. That'll be fun.
Let's just say something real quick. The
What?
slander on Crosby recently is unreal.
What's the slander on Crosby?
TSN had him for their top 10 at 7.
Wow.
Okay.
It's happening.
I mean, like, I think Matthews is better now, but
It's Crosby.
no, but
Crosby's
like he's
a good
not
player,
Austin Matthews.
No,
course
he's Sidney
I
Crosby.
mean, of course he's not.
No, but here's my thing. I have them missing the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get it. Their division is stacked, and they looked bad against the Canadiens. Now, it's a 3-game sample size after a weird playoff bubble format. They looked bad. They looked really bad. I just don't see how they're going to be able to compete anymore with the teams of their division. They have too many holes, especially on defense. Their defense is not very great. And I just don't think they're going to get in.
Yeah, I feel like the Penguins are on a bit of a decline now. With their, I think 2018 was really the start of their decline when they got bounced by Washington in round 2. Then they got swept by the Islanders the next year. And then they lost to the Canadiens. The qualifiers.
Some embarrassing stuff from.
I'm going to point out one more thing real quick. In opening day, 2017-18, they got embarrassed by the Blackhawks 10-1. I just thought I'd point that out.
10-1. Okay.
And I have the Penguins on the outside looking in. 5 seed.
Murray.
Again, another team I'm not a fan of just because we've played them all the time in our own conference, if it's still going to ever come back. But I feel like this team is still good enough to make the playoffs, and I have them as a 4.
Okay. And lastly, a team that we're all going to have in, the Washington Capitals. They have Ovi. They have Kuznetsov. They have Zdeno Chara now. That's going to look weird. That's going to look so weird. Seeing Zdeno Chara in a Capitals. Oh, that's going to be weird. But they should have no problems reaching the playoffs.
Hey, we dealt with Tom Brady in a Bucks jersey. We can deal with Chara in a Capitals jersey.
That's true.
Now, Zdeno Chara is way too tall, by the way. I just thought I'd point that out. Anyways, Washington, I'm always very excited to see what the Capitals will do. I have them as my number 1 seed in the East.
Okay. If I had to go seeding, I would go number 1 Flyers, number 2 Islanders, 3 Capitals, 4 Bruins.
Yep. Their logo still sucks, by the way. Go, just switch it to the Eagle, please.
They have that as a reverse retro jersey. Murray.
No, full time.
I'm going to keep it simple. Straight up, this is my 3 seed. You can't really know anything else about it. They have one of the greatest goal scorers of our generation, maybe all-time Ovechkin. They've got Backstrom. They've got Kuznetsov, all these little guys. Still a 3 seed.
Okay, next we have division winners to pick. From the North Division, I think that your winners are going to be. Give me a minute.
All right, time to.
Give me a minute. This is not the logo I wanted, but it'll work for now. What'd you say, Murray?
This would be a real shocker.
Yeah, because I have the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, okay, wow.
All right, it's happening.
The Leafs can't get in on the playoffs. They can't get in on the playoffs. I am so sick and tired of watching this team constantly go out and lay an egg in the playoffs to where I will never pick them to win a playoff series until they actually win one. I think the Oilers are the best team in this division. I think they're going to win it.
All right. Canadian division. I'm going to go with this. You went with the Edmonton Oilers. I'm going to go with the Calgary Flames. I'm going to go with the other Alberta team.
All right, Murray.
The Flames are dangerous.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you that now. I'll tell you this now. It's not going to be Ottawa.
Okay. Wow, you're not going to pick the worst team in the NHL? Wow.
They're still making the playoffs.
Okay.
Okay, they're not the worst team in the NHL, but they're still not very good.
I'm
they
going
are.
to go with Blackhawks in this one and say the Calgary Flames.
Okay, so
All right.
I'm rocking with the Flames. I'm rocking with the Oilers. They're both rocking with the
Flames.
not as good Alberta team,
Oh, come on.
the Flames. I'm sorry, they're not. I'm sorry,
Yes, they are.
I'm sorry, they're not. Okay.
Yes, they are.
Next, we have the West.
This
And
one's easy for me.
I am going to go. Hold on. I need to you guys are watching me look up the logos to copy because I didn't. Oh my goodness, I can't find it.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's
Yeah,
going
of
to see
course
this.
it's
It doesn't really matter. Murray is not going to like this very much. I have Vegas.
Okay. I'm actually very happy with that. I also have the Vegas Golden Knights.
Murray's is about to throw up. Who do you have winning this division?
You ready for this?
Go.
I don't know
The
if I
Blues
am.
go marching in. St.
Blues?
Louis, baby, they're back.
You have the Blues?
Yep, St. Louis.
I'll
Just
tell you
over
one
Colorado.
thing. When I made my
Just
community
over.
post or whatever, and everyone was shouting out who their favorite team was, a lot of Blues fans. That might be the number one team that fans are on the channel. Like there are a lot of North Carolina fans that watch my channel. There are a lot of obviously Bears fans. That might be the number one hockey team. A lot of Blues fans that I saw. That is
Murray, you made me vomit. I hate the
That
Blues
is who
with a
Murray's
passion.
rocking out with. Blackhawk cannot stand the Blues. All right, next we have the Central Division, and I mentioned my love for this team earlier, and that is why I have the Carolina Hurricanes coming away in the playoffs in this division. They're good, man. They're really good. They're gonna turn a big corner this year.
Okay. Tampa Bay is great. They are great. Do I have them winning the division? No. I'm also going to be rocking with Carolina Hurricanes.
Dang, I
Go
figured I'd
Canes.
be the only one rocking. All right, Murray. Is Murray is he gonna take the Homer shades off and go with a different team, or who's he going with?
If I saw you people right now in real life, I would give you the biggest hug of all time. We're gonna make it a clean sweep. My Carolina Hurricanes.
Wow, I did not
dominating.
expect. So okay, wait. So both of the teams that we have that were in the Stanley Cup last year, we don't have in the. Okay, this might draw some concerns
It's
in the
not
comments.
messed up.
This might draw some. All right, now this is where we might get a different one from each side. I want to go last on this one. Blackhawk, who do you have from the East?
I'm going to go with Washington.
Okay, I definitely could see that. Murray,
Philly.
you're going with
All
Philly.
right.
Hold on, this is going to take me a little bit. Elaborate on why you guys took your teams.
Go Blackhawks.
Alex Ovechkin. That's it. I'm kidding.
You need more than one
Washington
player to
is a good
succeed in a
all-around
team sport. I hate to break it to you, but
Go ahead.
I said I hate to break it to you, but you need more than one player to succeed in a team sport.
I know, but they are Washington's a good team all around. Even though they do choke all the time, I just don't see them choking this year. Washington, they're a great team. I like what they're doing every year, but then they choke, and then I don't like what they're doing. But I have to go with the Capitals.
All right, Murray, why do you got Ghosty Bear and the Flyers?
It's Gostis Bear.
I know it's Ghosty Bear. I call him Ghosty Bear.
Really, it's going to come down to one thing for Philly, which was one of their strongholds last year. That was goaltending with Carter Hart. I feel like he could lead Philly to a very good potential playoff run, and they will win their division with their strong offense. Philly's winning the division.
All right. And the team that I have winning this division, and this is going to draw a lot of backlash from the comments, I can already tell.
Go ahead.
It's Boston.
Go ahead, do it.
It's not Boston. It's the New York Islanders.
Oh!
All right, hold on. You have the Islanders.
Listen, this team gets it done in the playoffs.
I can see that.
They get it done in the playoffs.
I can see that.
I really like what this team gets to get. Barzell's a stud, man. Barzell is a stud. I really think that the Islanders are a force to be reckoned with, and they're gonna turn a new leaf. No pun intended, but they're gonna turn over a new leaf. this year, and I
All
think
right,
that the Islanders are going to win their division. So
there had to
for
be
the
a hot
North
take at some
Division,
point.
I have my division winners are the Oilers, Knights, Hurricanes, and Islanders. Blackhawk has the Flames, Golden Knights, Hurricanes, and Capitals. Murray has the Flames, Blues, Hurricanes, and Flyers. Now, we're going to stay our Stanley Cup matches. We're going to have the North playing the West and the Central playing the East. Okay. My Stanley Cup final matchup is going to be the Edmonton Oilers against the I'm going to say the Edmonton Oilers against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Rematch of 06?
And I'm going to have the same result as 06. I'm taking the Hurricanes. I don't know. This team is they're watch out for them. I really think that they're going to go far.
You said the North playing
North
the
versus the
East?
West and Central versus the East.
North versus West, Central versus East. I'm pretty sure teams are reseeded 1 through 4.
It doesn't just do that.
But it applies to my Stanley Cup matchup anyway. I'm gonna go with the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. Vegas will win.
Ooh, okay, that would kill Murray. That would put Murray in the grave.
It would. I had to go with a hot take at some point.
Okay, Murray, who do you have?
I have my team, my Hurricanes, and the St. Louis Blues.
Oh my god.
And who do you
Carolina
have winning
in 7.
it? The fact that all of us picked I feel like this could end up badly for us.
It's gonna go
Prediction.
This
so
could end up
bad.
really badly for us. Okay, so I'm rocking with Carolina. Murray's rocking with Carolina. Blackhawk picks Vegas. What do you guys think of our picks? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Did I make fun of your team brutally? I may have. And if I do, I apologize. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hockey season starts tomorrow. If I could watch any Leafs games this year, I will stream any Leaf games I can. But it's hard to watch the Leafs. Like I think there might be like 2 or 3 that are nationally televised.
I found
Dangle
another
will keep me
one
updated though.
on NHL Network this year.
You what?
I found another Leafs game that'll be televised on NHL
There we
Network.
go.
I forgot
All
the matchup and the date.
They don't play the Hawks this year. Like I get to watch whatever they play the Hawks because I get all the Hawks.
I love Leafs versus Hawks. It's always such a good game.
All right, Murray, any last thoughts?
Nope.
All right, I love you guys, and we'll talk to you later.